That was a really abrupt. I was like mid
2000.
Wait.
I almost choked on that.
I know
Since
That's why I waited.
2020. All right.
I didn't get the last T
No,
out.
you're all good. We're just making sure you're okay.
Yeah,
It's been a morning, right?
I'm choking.
New York sting operation embroils more than 120 companies and fair housing lawsuits.
What? 120 companies? That's ridiculous. Stop Googling bubble. Here's why the news may be more positive than you think.
NAR chief economist says we may be in for the most unique recession. I got you.
Keller Williams lending arm, Keller Mortgage, posts new rounds of layoffs.
Appeals court deals blow to NAR, allows pocket listing suit to continue.
Interesting. Hottest markets of 2022 revealed, and pricey suburbs lead the way.
The home that inspired the Conjuring movie sells for 27% above asking.
What? This might be the most wonderful time of year for home sellers. All of that and less on today's show.
Definitely less.
Yep. All right,
I'm
so
excited. We have good stuff. Oh, and then as always, thank you to Michelle, who printed.
Oh, yes.
She saved everything for me and then listened to me when I was losing my mind. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm coming in the office. So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. You're awesome.
best.
Yep.
She is.
You're in the thing, and thank you to Angelique again.
Oh yes,
she did a great job.
absolutely. She was
Okay, by the numbers.
Hey.
All right.
Yep.
SCV by the numbers.
Yay! By the numbers. Okay, remember about 9 weeks ago we were 177 listings. Right. Today we're at 393 active listings.
Whee!
Going up, and 20 coming soon. All right.
Are you surprised? I mean, I email you every morning. I like this one, and I like that one, and that one looks nice.
And that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yep.
We do have to talk about that. Maybe not this segment, but like our whole house situation. That'll be fun.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Absolutely.
But that's good, and the interest rates are lowering, like you said, a little bit. So that's good.
I think it is good. Yep.
Sure.
No matter what, it's going to actually help. Okay, so let's start in. Mortgage rates fall to 5.10% in the biggest drop since 2020. Rates on 30-year fixed mortgages have dropped 20 basis points, which is awesome.
Yep.
And that's the biggest decline since 2020. Mortgage rates decreased in the second week in a row. And you can also tell kind of that the news has been good out there because the stock market is starting to bounce back.
Finally.
I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, we've been.
Well, my retirement and I did notice that. Yeah.
Yeah. Since hitting a
What's left of it.
2022 peak of 5.30% during the week ending May 12th, rates on 30-year fixed mortgages have fallen by 20 basis points. I love it. I mean, we can go further into it, but I mean, that's about all people care about, really.
Which is good. Did you hear the little quiz that Sweet Patty was polite enough to entertain me with? He responded last week, third segment. We talked about he was
Probably.
too far
I
into
may
his
have been.
smoothie. Anyway, one of the things we talked about was points. What are the difference between and all that stuff.
Oh, yes,
so.
I remember that.
Yeah. Patty did great.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
We're trying to be a positive
He gave me
morning
the look
show.
of like shock, confusion.
Well,
Did
first
give
thing
you the
is,
look.
when I was your age, I would have gotten 0 of those right.
God,
I would
here
have
we
had
go.
no
When
idea.
I was your age.
When I was your age,
I had one right.
I walked
One-ish
uphill
right.
both ways to school. Both ways.
I look both
No
ways.
shoes. Anyway, points is one thing we talked about, but I'm glad, obviously, as a buyer, that the interest rates are going down. So
Yeah, it helps. It
Cool.
helps a lot.
Cool.
Okay, so I've got this one as this is not really news. Duh. Okay.
I love your commentary. Okay.
Keller Williams lending arm Keller Mortgage posts new round of layoffs.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, you know what? You got to figure because what happens is you get these people that actually are the new mortgage, for new buyers and everything.
Right.
And then you got the refi market, right? And it's kind of a specialty for each one.
Yeah.
So you get 2 3/4% interest rates, and all of a sudden you're just hiring as many people as you can to be able to go into your refi arm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And guess what happens when they're 5? You let all those people go.
Sad.
Yeah. So,
Sad day.
I mean, thousands and thousands of people have been laid off. It says real estate franchise giant Keller Williams has implemented another round of layoffs and at its lending arm Keller Mortgage, which scaled up rapidly last year before laying off 150 recent recruits. So, I mean, you've heard of companies actually laying off as many as 2,000 people.
Right.
And it's like, but if you're in that type of business that's kind of eclectic when it goes up and down with the market.
Well, this says we're committed to our long-term growth, and so we are currently expanding our sales team nationally, right? So
Yeah.
depending on what type of market it is, that makes sense, right?
Yes.
They're going to this is a millennial term. Get in where they fit in, right?
Oh, I like
Patty,
that.
have you heard that?
I like this.
Get in where you fit in.
We remain committed.
No.
Oh man,
I'm not good with pop culture though.
I'm old. You heard that?
No, I haven't either.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
We're not
Old
we're not the most
lady.
pop culture-y in
No.
the we're not cool.
I feel you, but it makes sense.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just no. I mean, like it makes sense that they're unfortunately having to get rid of those people, but that they're expanding their sales team. So
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
yeah, exactly.
It says here we remain committed to assisting our impacted employees. How? That's my question. How? How are you committed to assisting or on your employees? You let them go. You fire them. How exactly are you taking care of them?
You either try to find them another position, hope that they contributed to a 401k plan if there is one, or have a good lawyer that puts out nice nonsense like that.
Yep,
Which
because
one do you think it is?
I'm calling BS on
I would agree
that.
with you. I
That's-
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They try to soften the blow.
It's it just stinks, but it is what it is.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it. That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? We've got so much more stuff. But see, this one here, the New York sting embroils more than 120 companies. I want to do that in the beginning of the next one.
Okay.
So let's find something that's let's just throw it off a little bit. Home
My
inspired.
favorite
Hey,
thing.
did you ever watch the movie The Conjuring?
No.
The scary movie?
It's scary.
Did you see it?
It's scary.
Whoa. Home that inspired The Conjuring sells for 27% above asking. The home, which dates to approximately 1736, which is interesting. You don't see that
Scary
every
in and of
day.
itself.
You sure don't get that in Santa Clarita. Conjured up a 1.525 million sales price after listing for just 1.2. The buyer was Jacqueline Nunez, a real estate developer from Boston. The historic Rhode Island farmhouse that helped inspire the Conjuring horror franchise is set to close this week at 27% over asking.
That doesn't surprise. Like I read this, I'm like, it's so sad to me that something's selling for 27% over asking. Like it doesn't really faze me. I'm like, sucks to be them, right? Like everything that Greg and I like, and then we're like, it's sold for like the other house that we like sold for 100 and some, like yeah, it's crazy.
I like
I don't want to
that.
look at that. That's why I did not print that portion of this
Yeah.
program.
Look at the little doll.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
a
like
scary.
little
If you're on
doll.
Inman, the photo is just what keeps you up at night. It's
Yeah,
scary.
I don't like dolls either.
I don't like
Taylor.
scary movies. I just
Oh shoot!
I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp.
I mean, I'm a wimp too. I only like certain ones, but like if you will not catch me watching like Jaws or anything.
You
like,
know
no
what the
way.
greatest
That's
thing is?
Greg is
The
like
greatest thing is you get up on like during the week or whenever, and it's pouring outside and it's dark, and you go to the movie theater and you watch a scary movie. It's dark and everything, and you come back out and it's dark. I love that,
That sounds awful.
and I love that.
I've never
awesome.
seen.
I'm not here for
I don't
that.
watch scary movies at night. I've never watched a scary movie.
Never!
No
You're
way.
crazy.
It's broad daylight.
You got to
Yeah.
watch Nick's movie. You guys never did you?
No.
No.
Watched your movie, but not next movie.
No, you watched part of my movie,
Almost
and you
finished
didn't
it.
watch any of
He
my
didn't watch
movie.
any of it.
And
I
I'm just saying.
I win.
I'm just saying.
I did.
All
Sorry,
right.
Nick will never watch it.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing, and this was a question that I've gotten. I'm kind of have to paraphrase because I wasn't able to actually print it.
Oh, great.
But there's a company out there that puts out a thing on Reddit,
okay.
and it's AITA. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
Am I the
Oh, got it.
You know?
Problem.
the
Ding, ding, ding.
A?
Poor Patty's, like, having heart failure.
I'm like this, like
Phil's not
heart
gonna say that
palpitations.
word.
Like, don't do,
Can I
do it.
spell it?
Got it.
No,
No, I can't
no.
spell it right. Can I spell it wrong? SSA?
No. Anyway, are you the problem?
Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty funny. So somebody actually wrote in
I'm
saying,
impressed you know what Reddit is.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he knows what Reddit is too.
"Wow,
Wow.
We
wow."
love you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so keep
Okay.
going.
So anyway, so I had this was for you because I looked at this and I went, oh, I think that she's going to react to this. So she's asking, am I the blah blah
Yeah.
blah, right?
The problem.
And so she goes into the thing saying, okay, my husband and I had an agreement a long time ago that said that as soon as the kids were, old enough to where we could leave them, one's gone, one's 18, so everything's fine, that we're going to go to a nice romantic vacation in France.
Okay.
And so terrific. So they plan it. Everything's great. And they go to France, and she's waiting because it's going to be a terrific,
Yeah.
most romantic thing. And all of a sudden, the husband surprises her with the 2 kids
No.
and her mother and his mother. And they're both there. Now it went so far as to go, because, honey, I paid for all of them, we couldn't get the room that we wanted.
No.
And by the way, our son is staying in our room. Our 18-year-old son is staying in our room. And I started to think, you know what? You would have had an aneurysm.
I wouldn't have. Greg has a brain. Never would have happened.
Can you imagine that? But I thought of you.
I cannot for many reasons. Number one, I love you, babe. He not going to plan that. Heck no. You would never have
He's
the
not
wherewithal
going
to
to.
bring his family. No, I mean, I think family trips are wonderful. Like we talked about, God willing, I make it to 50 with this blood pressure. I have no idea. But hopefully, we want to take a Europe trip and take our kids, right? Like, that's planned. Greg and I going by ourselves.
Sure.
Like, I'd be like, you know what is awesome? There's a train. I'm going to hop on it and go to Berlin. Like, you people enjoy your time in France. I've got the credit card. See y'all when we get home.
So, yeah.
You know,
But
I agree.
But I thought
you
of
are
you.
right.
I thought of you, and I went,
So no,
oh my
she
God.
is not. I would say she is not the problem
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that,
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah,
scenario.
yeah,
You
yeah.
are grateful, but
So-
it's not what you signed up for. I would not be pleased.
Yep.
So,
Awesome. Okay, guess what?
it's time
We
for
got to go sell
quick-
some cars or
quick
televisions
break.
or something.
We'll be right
All
back.
right, we will. Hopefully.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661 312 3561. It's that simple.
Take the stress out of moving. Affordable Quality Moving and Storage has been owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1996. They excel at relieving you of the pressures of moving. You can be assured your belongings are safe and will arrive at your new location, whether it's down the street or across the country. Discover the difference. AQMS, Affordable Quality Moving and Storage. Read the reviews online at aqmsnationalmoving.com. AQMS, Santa Clarita's favorite moving company. Castle Inspection is the top choice for home inspection in Santa Clarita. With over 20 years experience, make Castle Inspection your choice when buying your new condominium or home. From mobile homes to mansions, the outhouse to the penthouse, your best bet is a net from Castle Inspection. An inspection is a fair and objective evaluation of the home's physical and mechanical systems. Expert knowledge, thorough research, and clear communication are what sets a net at Castle above the rest. Schedule your appointment online now at castleinspection.com. Let's talk about insurance. Are your rates skyrocketing year after year, or do you feel like you would benefit from a professional advisor that works for you? Give the great team at Voy Insurance Solutions a call. Voy works with dozens of the best insurance companies to help you obtain competitive rates and comprehensive coverage. Homeowners, auto, business, and life insurance. Voy Insurance. Right price, right coverage, right now. Mention the Phil Nordella Show and get a free $10 Starbucks card. Visit voyinsurance.com. That's voinsurance.com.
Are you confused with all the craziness that's going on with the real estate market these days? Well, if you are, you're not alone. I'm Phil Nordella, and I have the knowledge and experience to help guide you through all the confusion. I'll answer your questions and help advise you so that you can accomplish your real estate goals. You can call me directly at 661-312-3561 or get online at philnordella.com. And don't forget, you can always listen to my radio show called Real Estate It's That Simple here on KHTS every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Phil Nordella, eXp Realty, it's that simple.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Hey, okay, welcome back to Real Estate and Other Stuff on KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM and on Facebook Live. I'm your friend in the real estate business, Phil Nordella. We've got Taylor Williams-Moniz. We've got Patrick. Everybody here. It's a party.
It is
It's
a
a party.
party.
It's a
right?
party.
And we just found out that she's pregnant with twins.
With twins!
Twin girls.
Twin girls.
Oh, my God.
Do you wait? Do you and Greg have names picked out already?
Yeah.
Are you gonna share them, or is that more of a secret thing? But you can tell
I mean,
me
it's
after.
not secret, but I'll tell you at some point.
Oh,
At
I
some
want to
point.
know.
Look at that. Did you see how she teased
He,
that?
he
Yeah.
knows. He knows what their names are. He won't. He doesn't. He doesn't remember.
Fine.
But he
For
knows.
the
I
sake
do.
of like just off air, tell me. I want
I
to know
will tell you.
so bad right now.
No, I never had that. Like, someone's gonna steal our baby's names. Like, please steal them. That's flattering. I don't care, right? I'm gonna say, like, hey,
My name's
jerk,
Patrick.
stop-
Steal it.
No, but I'm like, yeah, that's what I joke with Cameron. I'm like, listen, you little jerk, like, get out of the cabinet, like, so.
Get out
Young
of the
lady,
cabinet.
think about your decisions, right? Like that.
yeah.
He's gonna be an older brother.
Poor kid. So we keep telling Phil when we look at houses, I'm like, Cameron needs his own room and like preferably a bathroom. I'm like, poor kid. It's gonna happen. I mean, he's not gonna remember being an only child.
And it's so
right?
funny
But
that my neighbors have an older boy and 2 twin girls.
I know you told me that
That's
like
funny.
a month after telling you that we were having girls. You're like, did you know? I'm like that your neighbors have been. I'm like, I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah. like,
Anyway, so we're
Okay.
back. So you want to talk about
New York
lawsuit.
sting operation embroils
This is
more than
wild.
120 companies in a fair housing lawsuit.
this is actually this is wild.
Now, it's interesting because when they actually do this, it's pretty salacious because it's one of those things where when they say companies, actually they're talking agents, right? That happen to work for companies.
Got it.
So it's one of those things to where the companies not necessarily would get sued over this,
Right.
but the agent
Like
is
Taylor
messed up.
with Keller Williams
Exactly
or Phil with
right.
EXP. Yep,
Exactly
yep,
right.
Yep.
It says an undercover operation by a watchdog group in New York City claims to have found a widespread pattern of discrimination by brokers, agents, and property owners against renters who are at risk of homelessness, a new lawsuit alleges.
Okay, so stop there.
Yes.
Fine. I mean, that sounds horrible.
Yep.
However, if this is not like a government assistant type of situation, which we're going to get into,
Yep.
when we rented our apartment, we have to show that we have jobs and we have to show our tax returns and that we're able to pay, right?
Yes.
That's the way that it works. So, first sentence, I'm okay with.
Yep.
But
Okay, next. The
Next.
lawsuit, I'm good, this is good.
Mhm.
The lawsuit filed Wednesday by the nonprofit Housing Rights Initiative alleges that more than 120 companies expressed that they would not accept applications from certain at-risk renters who were using government vouchers or otherwise discourage these renters from applying.
keep going.
Okay. The lawsuit claims this practice violates the law in the state and in New York City, where it's illegal to discriminate against renters based on their use of a lawful source of income.
Ding, ding, ding.
But which is interesting because it says it's illegal in New York. Isn't this illegal in every state?
I don't think every state, but the majority, yeah.
Wow. So you can okay, that's interesting. It says here
Yay.
defendants have explicitly and systematically refused to rent apartments to tenants who intend to pay their rent with government provided rental assistance and refuse to permit prospective tenants with government provided rental assistance the opportunity to apply to apartments, the group stated in this lawsuit filing. That's kind of messed up. The
But-
groups
I mean, again, it's lawful income. So figure out what their benefits are, right? And if they're, if you qualify for 12 months, you qualify for I can hear myself now. For 6 months, that sound good. Hey,
Eureka!
Yeah, I was going in and out. I don't know why.
It's like a little whispery. No, it's fine. Because you're going to get paid. Knock wood,
Right.
right? It's the government. So I'm kind of there's ways to test that also, but it's like income is income. I don't care from where it comes. Like, are you getting paid?
yeah.
And I can take the complete other side of this if you want me to, because
You
you're
know
giving me
what?
the side eye.
No,
but
no. I see both
I'm a
sides of
good
this.
lawyer, lady. I can get
I-
whatever
I
side you
s-
want.
Right? Sometimes.
It can be. I
Yeah.
think the issue is not accepting their application, right? Like you can put us all in a pot, but that cannot be the reason that you wouldn't accept
Right.
an application. You don't have to pick them over you or
That's
me or
what I
whomever.
was thinking.
But you can't tell them like, oh, you're already off the list because you have government,
But I
what
think
assistance.
think
No.
it's a little bit more hidden than that. It says Remax
You
Edge,
think?
a brokerage based in Brooklyn, was one of the companies named in the lawsuit. An undercover worker pretending to be a prospective renter inquired about a studio apartment that was listed for $1,700 a month, the lawsuit says. A Remax Edge associate allegedly told the worker that the apartment was available. The would-be renter then asked whether the owner would accept their government voucher. The brokerage associate replied, I'll check with the property owner and get back to you. So, in a later conversation, that associate allegedly backtracked. After speaking with the management company, the associate reportedly said the apartment wouldn't be available after all. I'm so sorry. So you're saying that
So that sounds sad, but keep reading though.
Yeah,
Because
so-
this is where there may be a loophole here.
So the worker asked, so you're saying that it wouldn't, that I wouldn't be able to use it here, then? Is that what you're saying? And yeah, because this is a co-op. The brokerage associate responded according to the filing. Co-op, which obviously is cooperative housing, they're trying to say we're not going to take it because that this is a co-op, which is not an excuse for not taking it.
See, and that's I put here. I'm not familiar with New York law. Like I don't know if that's a thing because it sounds like that's what they're saying. Like, oh no, because we're a co-op, we're governed by different rules, and so we do not accept vouchers. I have no idea if that's true or not.
Yep.
I'm
Obviously, I have a hunch when it comes to this. I have a hunch that says that it's not. Another worker was told, stay away from the co-ops.
Right.
Communities, because you cannot do vouchers on a co-op. And that's probably a problem, I think, that they're going to say. That's just because you're a co-op doesn't mean that, I think. In an email to Inman, a spokesperson for RE/MAX said that when an agent acts outside of the law or the franchise network's values, it expects its franchise owners to immediately rectify the situation, and immediately rectify the situation was in quotes, and I think that means fire. I think they'll probably let him go.
I would think so.
Yep. Unlike the franchise RE/MAX Edge, the national organization was not named in the lawsuit. See, so the overall thing is the agent individually. So.
I think there's a link that you could click on this to get the actual complaint. And I apologize this morning with Nannygate. I did not do that. I was a little worried. But I would love to get the specifics of this because I think there's more there. But obviously for them to file, there's a law that's being violated, right? So
yep, can't do that.
What's happening to your left over there?
It's getting bigger.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if anyone's on Facebook Live. Hello, by the way. Phil's just having a minute with his pile over there.
Look at this. Look at this. So we'll never get to.
No. This is organized. I don't have
crazy.
A problem with this. That makes my type A hurt.
It's like a mountain.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
But
hopefully.
if this is true, I think that's sad. It's like we're talking in this country about how there's been issues with homelessness and blah, blah, blah. And I understand as a landlord and an owner, you want someone in your space that is going to be able to pay.
Yeah.
So I get both sides, but that's just frustrating that.
And they work really hard to help. Yeah. And then when the practical application comes out, when it comes to them saying, okay, here's your help, go use it, and they can't use it, then what good is it, right? And I get it. Okay.
Bummer.
So next,
yep,
you need to stop Googling bubble. Everybody's getting bubble. Everybody thinks we're in a bubble. We're not in a real estate bubble.
I've not Googled
All right, just stop it.
Does that make you feel? I haven't Googled
Okay.
So mean.
How about you, Patrick?
I didn't do it.
Patrick, have you?
Googled bubble?
Bubble.
No.
Oh. No. Well, they're saying here that a lot of people are Googling bubble.
I'm a good boy.
Patty and I talked about him buying a house, and he said, 5, 6, 7 years or something. So he's not like right now,
Okay.
No need to.
I will come
Google
back from Texas to represent you personally. I will.
I
will
you to
fly
be
back. I will no matter what.
He's very good. We'll talk about it in the third segment. He's very good.
Okay. I want you to be mine.
He's wonderful. Okay, so Googling
Here's
bubble.
why the news may be more positive than you think. Forget about the bubble. First thing is everybody keeps going, oh my God, we're going to go through the same thing we went in 2008, which is just ridiculous, okay? We know 2008. We know no one can get a loan. Everybody that actually got a loan, all you needed to know is a heartbeat. That's all you needed. That's it, a heartbeat.
And
you got a loan.
Just tell you, cough, cough. Thank you, Marla. It takes a little more than a friggin' heartbeat to get a loan. Good grief,
that's
these days.
why it's so. You know what? And they've actually backed off because after 2008, they made it so hard to get a loan. It was ridiculous. So everybody that's actually in the properties right now have a ton of equity.
Right.
They had everything that they needed and then some to get the loan. They're okay. If we have an actual correction goes down, it goes back up, it goes back down. That's
there will be
real
corrections.
estate.
That's okay. That's not
Always.
A crash. That's not 2008.
Exactly. And everybody goes, well, I'm just going to wait for the foreclosure market. It's like there won't be any foreclosure. Who lets their home go to foreclosure if you've got $700,000 worth of equity? Right? It just doesn't happen.
Correct.
Okay? So if for some reason you lose your job and you can't afford it anymore, you don't let it go to foreclosure. You just sell the house.
You sell her, unfortunately.
And you take your money and you run, and then you go buy a condo for cash and go from there. So it's
we're
really
going to pool our money and we're going to buy that place in Mexico where you were. I'm just saying this is a good idea.
It's a nice one. You need
I know
to
we're
go
gonna.
to
I know we're going.
I'll live in the backyard if I have to.
Patty, I'll just own the pool float.
That's. I have a pool float.
Exactly.
My bed.
I'm fine.
Patty, the backyard's the ocean.
It's beautiful.
You're gonna need a boat.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to go in the. I don't want to go in the ocean.
Yeah,
just,
that's
I'll
the
stay
backyard.
But I think because there was a pandemic, and real estate was fine.
Yeah.
Actually, real estate did well. I think
Yeah.
people think that's a word that I can't use backwards. Like it's it shouldn't have been that way. So
Yeah.
I think that's why everyone is it's going to correct or something has to happen because that's the reason I think we see so much of this and gas prices raising and
I'm 100% behind you.
Yeah.
When we never knew we would go through the roof when the pandemic hit.
It's wild.
It's
That's
it's
not
crazy.
what I would have thought.
But
Yep.
because what goes up must come down, everybody goes, "Oh my God, this is what's going to happen," and nobody can.
that's
It's
why.
like, come on, stop.
That's why.
Anyway, so this article says stop Googling bubble
Aye.
because people are
Aye.
going, "Are we in a bubble? Are we in a bubble? I want to see what the bubble is, right?"
You think that they'd say recession
yeah.
or real estate crash or something like
that
not
would-
bubble
that
so
would
much.
make
I think
more
this
sense,
is more that you want to read it because it
Well,
says bubble.
and it says opinion on the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Exactly.
I don't really
Yep.
I don't read those.
It says,
I'm like I don't care.
Are we on the verge of another major real estate downturn? Two of
Hopefully not.
America's most notable real estate economists, Leslie Appleton Young and John Tusillo, weigh in with their predictions, and the news may be better than most people expect. Now, here's the situation. I want to have Leslie Appleton Young on our show.
I just like the name.
Yeah, no, she's
Yeah.
it just feels good. Okay, I'm going to skip
Yeah.
this entire thing,
Oh, wow.
and I'm going to go to exactly what they were saying.
Well, that's the good part anyway.
Yep. Okay, so this is what they're saying. What to expect as we look forward to the second half of 2021 and beyond. Here's what Appleton Young and Tusello say is ahead for our industry. Number one, the inflation rate will pull back. We've already seen it, right? Inflation this month, I think, was at 5% or 6%, something like that. And it was like 8.3% the last couple months. The inflation rate dropped from 8.5% in March to 8.3%. And I think it was like 6% this month so far.
I think it was.
Which
yeah.
is awesome. While this is still highly elevated, the supply bottlenecks are gradually working themselves out. That's number one. Number two.
You're never going to get through all this. At
No,
this rate.
no. You're absolutely right. Number two, rates may increase before they come back down, but they just came back down, which is kind of cool.
It did, yeah. Corrected
Okay.
a tiny bit.
Number three, major wild cards continue to be the war in Ukraine,
Yep.
China's lockdown, and the ongoing energy supply problems. It will probably take at least 2 years before we get back to what we had before this war, which is
2 years
which
isn't
I
that
get
bad,
it.
quite
No, it's
frankly,
not. It's
for
not.
a war.
Number four, the New York Fed regular surveys inflation expectations. What drives inflation is what people expect to happen. Based on the current surveys, people expect that at the end of 2022, the inflation rate will be 6.3%, down 2% from today, which is good news. Still, it's way above the Fed target rate. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And so some good things, okay, in terms of interest rate.
Yeah,
the Fed-
it's not like everything's going to be perfect and we're going to get down to the 3%. Like, no, but it's realistic. We're not going to crash.
Exactly.
So-
we can't survive on 3% interest rates.
Correct.
It just doesn't work. We can't do
Says
what
he
we do.
with the 2 point some.
And I have to give
percent.
that up, which is interesting because that's what's keeping people in their homes. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying. That's what's going to keep inventory down, even though. Well, I mean, just that fact right now, instead of having what did I say, was 380 some odd homes that are listed right
Yes,
now,
you did.
active.
Yep.
That could be 700 right now. But a lot of people are staying in their homes going, I don't want to go and move to one to the other and go from three and
Yeah.
or 2 3/4, which is what I'm paying to
Right.
what I'm going to pay.
Must be nice.
But you did that with love, though, which is
I
awesome.
do.
Yep.
I do.
Hey, so what do we have to do? We have to
We
break
should
again?
take a break.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
And then I want to talk briefly about my own house hunt when we get back, just real quick.
So fun.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Please, I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul, so sin.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661-312-3561. It's that simple. Marla Ferris at Augusta Financial is the consummate mortgage professional, committed to helping you turn your dream of homeownership into reality. With more than 22 years in the finance mortgage industry, Marla brings extensive experience and top knowledge to help make your loan experience hassle-free. Given her honesty, integrity, and attention to detail, she is the loan officer you can trust. Marla knows what it takes to get you the best loan, the best rate, and the best service in the industry. You'll find Marla Ferris at FERRIS.com.
Take the stress out of moving. Affordable Quality Moving and Storage has been owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1996. They excel at relieving you of the pressures of moving. You can be assured your belongings are safe and will arrive at your new location, whether it's down the street or across the country. Discover the difference. AQMS, affordable quality moving and storage. Read the reviews online at aqmsnationalmoving.com. AQMS, Santa Clarita's favorite moving company. Castle Inspection is the top choice for home inspection in Santa Clarita. With over 20 years experience, make Castle Inspection your choice when buying your new condominium or home. From mobile homes to mansions, the outhouse to the penthouse, your best bet is a net from Castle Inspection. An inspection is a fair and objective evaluation of the home's physical and mechanical systems. Expert knowledge, thorough research, and clear communication are what sets a net at Castle above the rest. Schedule your appointment online now at castleinspection.com.
Are you confused with all the craziness that's going on with the real estate market these days? Well, if you are, you're not alone. I'm Phil Nordella, and I have the knowledge and experience to help guide you through all the confusion. I'll answer your questions and help advise you so that you can accomplish your real estate goals. You can call me directly at 661-312-3561 or get online at philnordella.com. And don't forget, you can always listen to my radio show called Real Estate It's That Simple here on KHTS every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Phil Nordella, eXp Realty, it's that simple.
I love it.
Right on!
Your hometown station.
Okay, hey, welcome back to Real Estate and Other Stuff on KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM. You know what I realize when I
What?
listen to this show sometimes?
Huh.
I talk really fast.
So do I.
It's one of those things that I almost feel like sometimes you guys speed it up, but I think I talk fast.
No, I don't think they.
No.
speak
I don't
us
think
up.
so.
I
think
do
we're
have the
just-
power to speed things up, but I don't touch that now.
Oh,
No,
could you
I
make it
think-
sound like the Chipmunks if you speed it up really?
You're so weird.
You know, I theoretically actually could.
No,
Wouldn't that be fun to do a whole show like the Chipmunks?
absolutely not.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find a picture for Patty, but it's
Jeez.
not working.
God.
I notice that all the time. I said that on the show last week. I've had two different judges in my however many years I've been practicing. Miss Williams' wonderful argument. Could you slow down? And I'm like, oh, dang it.
When I listen to it, I go, "Oh my God, am I on crack?"
No.
I mean, it's like
My
so
dog is,
fast.
but not you.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey,
Zoomies.
so KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM and on
us.
Facebook Live. I'm Phil. She's Taylor. We got Patrick. We got everybody going on here.
I don't know
okay.
where the photo. I'll have to find the photo for you in a minute, Patty. I'm sorry.
Aw.
I have this really cool. Oh, there it is. Here, hold on.
Oh, kadoki.
It's a picture of the twins, and they're like swimming around in there. It's crazy.
You know they can't see that on the radio. Just
I know. I'm
sorry
just.
to
I
tell you.
showed Patty. He'll tell him. Anyway, okay. So
It's an ultrasound.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness.
Look, they're playing tennis.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
great.
They got a lot of room in there.
I hate you. They do not.
Oh.
Anyway, as a shout out, I was
Wasn't
going to
tennis?
be nice to you, but I will continue to be nice to you, despite the fact. No, we've had a really fun couple of days. So last weekend, Phil took us on a marathon
Yes.
of
Yes.
house after house after
Yep.
house after house after house. And I have to say, there was only one that I had like a visceral reaction to, the turtle house.
The turtle. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
turtle. There were a lot of exotic animals that I would completely adopt, which Greg is not having. But the layout was just not what needs to happen.
Right.
And then there are these like weird like cinder block things in the backyard that like I didn't think anything of. And Phil said something like, "I wonder if that's Grandma down there."
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh."
Well,
That was so funny.
That's where I go. That's where my mind goes.
Oh, Greg and I were laughing so hard. I'm like, I don't want this house. So we did not make an offer on that.
Well,
one.
what do you think when you've got a backyard, right? It's probably 20 feet by 50 feet,
Yeah, it's-
and in the middle of the grass, there's like 4 or 5
Just like,
bricks in
like
a
pavement
square,
stones.
and it's like, what's that marking?
It was strange. I know, but one would think there'd be like a headstone or like a flower or something.
No, because I
don't
think
know.
it's illegal to do that. So I'm pretty sure they
It was
wouldn't
so
mark
like
it that
between
way.
that and the turtles and the bird and the
Yeah,
cats
the turtles.
And
When I first walked out, she went, "Look, a turtle!" And I went, "What?" And there was a turtle. And then there was another turtle walked right into the wall.
And he's like, "Is that the same one?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a new one." Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
fun.
thank you. It was fun.
Absolutely.
We've had a nice time and.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
the only
we-
problem is we got to that one bedroom and it had some kind of a thing in. Was it another turtle or something in a?
There were 2 turtles in a cage and a
yeah,
bird in a cage.
and it smelled.
It did smell like animal.
Yeah, that's no fun.
It's an interesting house.
So
we did not put an offer in on Turtle House.
If I'm going to make any recommendations, is one of those things is do whatever it takes to make it so that one of your bedrooms, if you have turtles or if you have fish or if you have anything, do something to make it to where it doesn't smell.
When you walked in, I was like, "There's animals," which is fine because I have animals, but like, and there were a lot of animals.
Yep.
So there you go. Your piece
That
of advice.
and smoking. Smoking,
Ooh,
it actually
Immediately
just,
you can tell.
and you can't even get rid of smoking even with paint. Right? I mean,
No.
that's the problem. You paint over it? No. So,
But we had
anyway,
fun, so
we passed.
thank
It
you.
was fun.
That
was fun.
Our shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, fingers crossed we don't have to do that all over
Yes,
again. But,
yes.
You know,
Dare I say we have an offer out there?
we have an offer.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, we do.
What?
We do.
Yeah,
It's
we
true.
signed it off last night.
It's true. Yep.
probably why I didn't
He's got
sleep
it,
at
and
all.
he's going to call us today at 4 o'clock after he meets with his. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to jinx it.
I
wanna
don't
go.
either. I haven't
Yep.
like talked about it.
Yep.
I mean, my office obviously, but other than that, we just haven't really talked about it. Because I'm like,
Alright.
Okay, so before we do anything, I just want a quickie questionnaire for you guys
Okay.
to see if you. Okay.
Okay.
The most wonderful time of year to sell your home.
okay.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So, what would you say the best month is?
A month? Oh, not.
No, yeah, 12
to
months.
sell
what are the
your
best?
home?
What are the
Okay.
best months?
June and July.
Okay, hang on a second. So, you can only have one for now.
You said months, plural.
Okay, what's the best month?
June.
Okay, so you're saying June. What do you say?
I'm going to say.
You're going to steal July, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna say April because it's like right after tax season, or right around, or right just.
Look at
Clearly,
you.
kid doesn't know about taxes because
No,
April 15th this year, the
exactly.
19th is in the middle of April is tax.
Well, but like
Unless
you're
you get
getting
an
your
extension.
taxes. You're getting your
we
taxes
love
back.
you. Okay, but that's
know where I'm
fair.
going
That's
Okay, so
fair.
let's see who won out of this, and then I'm going to tell you it's not the best one, either one of them. Okay, but I'm going to tell you who won so far.
Okay.
You said June.
Mm-hmm.
June 10.7%.
Oh,
April is 9.2%. So you're up by one. Now
Barely.
you can both get one more chance, right? Because I know we're running out of time. So you each get another month.
May.
May, okay.
It's gonna be May. I'm gonna say March.
March, okay. So you're 2-0. Because May is 12.6%. They're saying May is the best time of year to sell.
I was this close, and she
And you
took
don't-
my second
Never
answer.
get them right.
Here's the reason why I think is because spring kicks in and
Yeah.
everything looks really nice. People are, tired. And remember, we're talking nationwide. People are tired of the winter time and everything starts to bloom. And then what happens is you get to a point where you want to list your house so that if for some reason, 5707, thank you. If for some reason, you just tell me, I like the fact that you actually did that.
Well, we didn't get an answer to the question, and it stresses me out.
Got it.
I actually told Phil over in the.
We're talking about what's our off time, and we've got about another minute. Okay, so anyway,
you-
but they're saying that May is because of the fact that it's springtime hits, and people want to actually be able to move, add actual escrow time, and be actual having their kids into the new home
That's
by
what
the
you've
end
always.
of summer.
That's why I said summer, because you've
Yep.
said when people are moving, the least disruptive time for their children is during the summer,
Exactly
which makes
right.
sense.
Exactly right.
Which I mean, the inventory's also gone way up the last couple of months.
You want to
and
pick the
that's
worst?
why.
Which one? I'm going to give you one chance, real quick.
December.
Worst month. December?
November.
Nope, it's October. October, 5.2%.
This
I'll
close.
give you that one.
Very, very close.
Man.
Okay, hey.
We
Hey,
didn't get to anything. I'm
Hey.
sorry. Well, first I had to show the photo, and then I had to talk about the turtle house, and then thank you for helping us.
Turtle House.
I know we still call it that.
How do we
But,
get a hold of you and just decide, to help you
Yeah,
somehow?
take deep breaths. Well, actually, if you call me, I can help you. 661-259-9000.
Yes.
Or I messed it up last week, so dywlaw.com. I was frazzled last week.
Yeah.
And what about you?
It's Taylor Williams, though, at dywlaw.com,
It's
correct?
T. Williams.
T.
My
Williams, see
email's
that?
T. Williams.
Well, we
Yep.
want to make sure.
And then if
Okay.
people would like to tour the Turtle House, how do they get
If
hold
they
of
want to see
you?
that famous turtle house, they can give me at philnordella.com, or 661-312-3561.
And he will respond to you at all times
I
a day.
promise I will, unless it's after 8 o'clock when I'm asleep. Other
Have a
than that,
great
I'll call you back at
weekend, everybody.
3:30 in the morning.